Hello and welcome to another edition of Cliffos, the Baking Bear. Today we're going to make homemade banana bread. So you know how bananas go bad and you don't know what to do with them? Well, if you save up about 4 old bananas, you can make a couple of loaves of banana bread. So I'm going to show you what to do. There's quite a few ingredients involved in making banana bread, but it's all pretty basic, pretty simple, and let's get started. I'm going to go slow so you can write down all the ingredients as I go. First, we're going to start with 1 pound of bananas. Now, I had 3 rotten bananas and 1 semi-rotten banana. So we're going to put that 1 pound of bananas in our mixing bowl. Next, we're going to add 1 pound of granulated sugar. Now, what I like to do is get this started so that sugar beats up those bananas and gets them nice and mushy. As you can see, the sugar and the bananas are mixing very well. That sugar is mushing up the bananas, and that's good enough. Next, we're going to add 4 ounces of oil. Vegetable oil or canola oil is just fine. And then we're going to add 6 ounces of eggs, which is about 5 eggs, 5 whole eggs, or 6 ounces of eggs. I'm going to turn it on slow and let that oil and those eggs mix. Now, while that's doing that, I'm going to take 1 pound of all-purpose flour and put it in my sifter. I'm going to sift about half of it. When I get about halfway, I will add 0.75 ounces of baking soda and 0.125 ounces of salt. Now, if you go to the store and get yourself a nice little digital scale, it makes all this measuring so easy. So, we have our 1 pound of all-purpose flour, our 0.75 ounces of baking soda, and our 0.125 ounces of salt. Now back to our mixing. We have our 1 pound of rotten bananas, 1 pound of sugar, 6 ounces of eggs, 4 ounces of oil, and now I'm going to add 4 ounces of buttermilk. Now a trick is, let's say you don't have buttermilk, but if you have some regular milk and you have some vinegar, you can add a little bit of vinegar to that milk. It will curdle and you'll have buttermilk. So, all of our liquids are in there. The only thing left to add will be 4 ounces of sour cream, 4 ounces of sour cream. Get it all in there. Come on, get it all in there. Okay. 4 ounces of sour cream and 0.25 ounces of vanilla. Excuse me. So now we're going to mix the bananas, the sugar, the eggs, the oil, the buttermilk, the baking soda, the salt, the sour cream, and the vanilla. And the last step will be, we're going to add, put this to the side for 1 second, our dry ingredients, which is 1 pound of all-purpose flour, 0.75 ounces of baking soda, and 0.125 ounces of salt, which I have sifted together. Now you notice I pour it all in at once. A banana bread is a quick bread, which is like a muffin. A muffin is a quick bread. So now we're going to mix. If you want to, at this point, you can add some walnuts, you can add pecans, you can add chocolate chips. You would add them at this point. So while that's mixing, we're going to take our pan spray and we're going to spray our pan. Now sometimes people will say, well, shouldn't I spray the pan and then flour it? Well, if you spray the pan really well, you don't have to flour it, you don't have to put paper in the bottom. Just spray the pan really well. I'm going to give this one quick scrape around the edge and make sure I got all my flour and all my ingredients off the bottom. And as I said, if you want to add pecans, or if you want to add walnuts, or if you want to add chocolate chips or cranberries, you certainly can. Give it one more couple of turns. You don't want to overmix. If you overmix, your banana bread will be really tough. So I'm just kind of mixing till it's all combined. Make sure I see no more flour. And in a very short time, we're going to have ourselves some homemade banana bread. Now I filled this up about 3/4 of the way, and I have enough, to do one more. So I have one more pan over here. We're going to spray it really, really well. It's okay, I have a little bit in the bottom, that's okay. And we will pour the rest of the batter into this pan. So the recipe I just gave you will make 2 loaves of banana bread. And banana bread goes really good in the morning for breakfast. This is an excellent recipe. I've been using it for years because Cliffles is a little old. Now, we're going to put both of these in the oven at 350 degrees, and it's going to take from an hour to an hour and a half. Oh, Chaos is here. Chaos likes to watch Cliffles bake. So now I have my 2 loaves of banana bread in the oven. It will take an hour, hour and a half. When they're done, I'll tell you how you can check and make sure, and I'll be right back with my banana bread out of the oven. Okay, hang on, my little baking cubs. Okay, all my little baking bears, we've baked our banana bread. It took about an hour and 10 minutes at 350 degrees. I took it out of the oven. It's in the pan. What I'm going to do is flip it out and we'll put it right on a nice plate. And there you have banana bread. Let's go over our recipe one more time. I'll do it very slowly. We used 1 pound of bananas, 1 pound of sugar, 6 ounces of eggs, 4 ounces of oil, 4 ounces of buttermilk, 0.75 ounces of baking soda, 0.125 ounces of salt,